of allegory for immigration, but what do I know? Probably just a movie about sheep. It's a wholesome, family-friendly, fun time. With an interesting, detective sort of story to it. It's alright.
We start with a voiceover of George writing a rose-scented letter. He then explains the importance of the sheep, by which they've got each their own names, and what his names mean. He then goes on about giving them their medicine and feeding them and reading them a bedtime story, a murder mystery, no less. We then see George walk down to the church and give $50,000. An undisclosed amount of money, probably £10,000 if I had to guess, to the priest. The next day, the sheep wake to find their shepherd George dead. And how did he die? Oh, he was poisoned. They see, of course, 2 glasses, one with whiskey, one without. Blue in one hand and green in the other hand, and the mystery is afoot. Basically, it is up to our sheep to help the officer determine who murdered George. Honestly, nothing to write home about in terms of technical aspects. They probably used a combination of real sheep puppets for the actors to bounce off of and CG animation. This movie is a mystery film about sheep who try to find out who murdered their shepherd. From the perspective of Lily, the sheep, the smartest in the flock, she often listens to these mystery stories before going to bed, and figures out, solves the case in these fictional books before any of the sheep ever do, and in fact before the reveal. It's got mystery and talking sheep in a small town. It's somewhat of a simple narrative. It is so wholesome and fluffy, and there's a mystery element to it. It's talking sheep, and it's very simple, easy to follow along to. It's just a nice, wholesome family film. One might suggest that it is a crude representation of vegetarians. Others might suggest it is vegetarian propaganda to convince you to stop eating meat. It is a family-friendly movie. It's cuddly and wholesome, and yeah, there was a murder in there, but it's mostly good. It's a simple enough story, pretty obvious and funny jokes. Some films open and close on a line of dialogue. To get you thinking, to say, hey, this is what the movie's about. No hidden Easter eggs. There's no double, triple meanings, hidden layers or anything like that. It's just this. What the film boils down to is this. More often than not, in those films, it boils down to a line of dialogue, which you can interpret on face value. Perhaps there's a little bit of a meaning behind it. I think this is one of those films. I think the opening line is, "I'm going to tell you the secret to happiness. It's sheep." And then a movie about sheep. If you were to intently follow the sheep around, you more than likely to get the secret to happiness. The Sheep Detectives is a seemingly flawless family film with a powerful tool. That's why I'm putting it above Silence of the Lambs and below LA Confidential.